Hey everyone, welcome to episode 14 of the Lachimolala Diaries. It's been quite branding. Yes, it's been a while. We really missed you guys. I think by now we're 148 subscribers. So, oh my God, the fame. I'll try not to let it get to me. Today we have Shakti and Pallavi. No introduction needed, but I will let you guys know that this is, we're going to be talking, we're revisiting Reply 1988, one of the most wholesome, awesome, amazing K-dramas ever. And this is both of their first K-drama ever. So a great introduction to begin your K-drama journey. And I'm going to throw it now to Chef to start the segments.
May I also add that Shruti, in her nagging avatar, also nagged Shakti and Pallavi into watching this K-drama, and that is how it became the first K-drama that they watched. And we will start with the funniest moments that you guys have, you all have from this series, starting with Pallavi.
Funniest. I think every episode had like a lot of funny moments, of course. Off the top of my mind, a couple come to my mind. One is the father, Daksun's father. I mean, they're like middle class, lower middle class. They're trying so hard to save money and all of that. And the father, every night, he's done with his bank work, and he's supposed to just come home, right? But no, he'll stop for a few drinks and then he'll start buying stuff that he does not need, family does not need, no one needs it. And he'll buy not just like one or two, he'll just buy a whole bunch of those things. Why? Because he feels bad for the person who's selling it, and it's usually like an old woman, or someone disabled or something like that, and his heart just suddenly becomes very big, and he has to buy these things and he comes home. And there's one particular scene where at that moment the wife is really flustered, she's frustrated with like these money problems, and he comes home drunk, and then he puts this bottle of cleaner, some liquid cleaner in front of her, and she's like she's fully like, she's got this weird, like this deadpan kind of face. Then he takes out one more bottle, and then takes out one more bottle, and she's just got this deadpan face, like just like just you wait kind of look on her face. And he goes on explaining as to why he did it, like this poor lady who was selling. Then she actually starts throwing stuff at him, and there's this one, I don't know what it is, that hits him in the eye, and he walks around like for the next couple of episodes with a purple eye on his face. And I love the fact that they kept it like that. They didn't kind of end it with that episode. Like the next episode also had him like in that purple eye, because that's how life is, right? After it will still be there for a few weeks. I found that like hilarious. Stayed with me.
I would like to here point out Shakti's expressions every time she's talking about the dynamic between the husband and wife. Because did we mention this? They are husband and wife.
In different rooms at the moment. So.
In different rooms at the moment.
Yeah.
Not because they don't like each other, but because we asked them to. Because the screen looks full. Shakti, coming to you now that I've embarrassed you, what are your funniest moments from Reply 1988?
So almost all of them are funny if you really think about it. None of them, they appear serious in one episode and then they'll be funny in some other episode, right? But two people who stood out for me were, one is Daksun, obviously. The other is the Dong guy, the bespectacled guy, who's a philosopher, right? So I find both of them very funny. Daksun funny because she tries very hard to study, right? Until the second last episode, she's trying very hard to study. But she's struggling. She's so terrible. She's one of those people who is getting terrible with time. Usually people get better with time. Gets terrible with time.
The harder she tries, the worse she's getting.
That is such a great tagline for her. Gets terrible with time.
Bichari.
The opposite of wine.
Oh, did you just say that, Chef? Opposite of wine? I said the same thing. Oh, fuck.
I know, I can hear you. We are on the same call.
No, I thought.
You thought you heard yourself before you even said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she was amazing. Like throughout, she was funny. Dong is because he comes across as a very like philosophical person because he'll say something which will like, wow, he has cracked the code, right? And he'll make people feel special and all that. But at the same time, he's a dumb fuck. It's very obvious. So, so I found those two people very funny throughout the season.
Yeah. So for me, my two
Sorry,
of my
Shakti,
funniest.
were you saying something, Shakti? I thought
No, I'm
interrupted.
done. I'm done.
Sorry, go on.
Two of my funniest moments were so the first one is, you know, when all those ajumas just gather outside in their angan, and they're like, you know, plucking bean sprouts, and they're just discussing their husbands and their fucking annoying children and how frustrated they are. And basically they're just like hyping, I think, Miran, the Jung-hwan's mom, where she's like super sexually frustrated, and you know they tell her, oh, you should feed your husband eels, and you know that will make his like manhood come back. And like, yeah, it's so funny, that scene, because that just made me think that, oh my god, 1988 mein bhi log sex kiya karte the, like, wow. Shook. Who would have thought? Okay, so that was a hilarious moment. I just love that scene a lot. And the second one is, I just saw this morning. Saw it this morning when I was revisiting one of the episodes. So you know the parts where she finds out, Doksana finds out that Sanu may be interested in me. So you know every time he's around, and you know this one time he just randomly comes home for dinner. She ran inside, and she put on the most hideous makeup ever, looking like a bloody scary clown. And she comes out, and then suddenly she has a Sanuya, like she's just so ego in that scene, and it was just so funny, like seeing a cartoon suddenly transform into this bumblebee. It was just ridiculous. I died laughing. So those two were my funny scenes. What about you, Chef?
I have a list. I'll make it quick. I think the one that tops the list is this moment where I think this was on the night of Taek's birthday, where all the guys are sleeping in line. I also like that entire setup where in one room they all, you know, like sleep like logs. And then they're discussing women, you know, the hot women, how it's like chart chal raha hai wahan pe abhi. And then this one is like, no, a new one has come. And then everybody knows who's being talked about. And then Dongram only says, you guys study or what? Like you know, all of you know about women. And it's just like very boys will be boys kind of thing. But it's, you know, just the way it's been, you know, like the whole treatment is just really funny, because this guy thinks that, you know, he has the gold treasure. And then he's like, oh, you don't know about this one. There's a new one in the town. And this one's like, yeah, that one with golden hair, this and that. Yeah, this one with... It's just
Do you remember how that scene ended? That
with him farting.
With him farting, but also he asked of them, by the way, Doksana has also started looking pretty these days. And everyone was like, are you mad? What the fuck? He started throwing pillows. Have you lost your mind?
Not everyone. I think only Jung-hwan was a little defensive about that. Taek was quiet. Yeah, but I thought that was like really funny. One of those, you know, it gives you a... I don't know if that, you know, that's how boys talk, you know, like innocent-ish boys talk. So I think that was very sweet and fun. The others, one I'm keeping for you, Shoots, because I know that's your heartwarming. So I'll just mention that is my funny moment.
Okay.
When we come to it. I think the other one for me is when Sanwa and Bora, they get caught by the ladies, the Ajummas, and how, you know, both the respective stakeholder Ajummas just run for life. They don't know what to do, who to face. This is like run in polar opposite directions. And Miran is just standing there. She's got no skin in the game. But she's stuck. She's like, what am I supposed to do? Sure. And I think that was just really funny. Again, that's the situational comedy there, I think, just really got me. The other one is the whole lipstick scene with towards the end with Doksana and Taek, where she's very sweetly telling him about this new lipstick that she's got. How is it looking? And then Jinju catches them. And then the first thing that she notices and makes a point to kind of comment on is like, what is this lipstick? Doesn't look nice on you at all. And then and then Taek is giving her that approving look. No. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's looking nice. Don't worry. I think that was also very nicely kind of, thought through. So these were some of the funny moments. Okay, from funny, because my jaw is hurting now. Maybe that way I'll have a jaw. I was thinking I'll not have any picture for the jawline Twitter.
Jawline Twitter.
But yeah,
There's a
so that
jawline Twitter now.
with that very lame segue, we move into we move into the something that doesn't make us laugh all that much. The favorite heartwarming moments. Again, starting with you, Pallavi.
Um, I think like funny, there are so many heartwarming every other scene. But yeah, I think one of those the scenes where Daxon's parents, it's them, where I think she looks at the other husbands, or probably her listens to stories and stuff like that about how men are so, husbands are so nice to their wives. But I think her husband, she doesn't see that in her husband. She always looks at the man who's always irritated, and he's frustrated, and he does all these things that she doesn't like, and he's like, he doesn't do anything nice for her as a husband. So I think that kind of pricks her a lot. But that one that the scene you just shared now, that part where they go step out for something, and then they stop for dinner, and while leaving the restaurant, her umbrella, she opens her umbrella, and not her umbrella, she actually takes somebody else's umbrella. And I think that was very clever, because it's almost like she's probably thinking, of like exchanging something of hers.
Yeah.
So she picks up somebody else's umbrella. She goes out, she opens it. It's actually torn. It looked pretty from the outside, but when she opened it, it's torn. And then she's like, "Oh God!" The husband's already gone ahead. Like, he's already gone ahead with his umbrella, and then he turns around. He sees her with that torn umbrella. Then he comes to her with his umbrella, and then he kind of takes her. And that moment, she sort of feels like, okay, this is why I married him, or this is my husband. He kind of reminded her in that very, very subtle thing that he did for her. I thought it was very sweet. That scene was quite long, actually. Then even we also kind of root for her, thinking, yeah, like, he's not a good guy, he's not a good husband to her. But in that moment, it changes our perspective of him as well as hers. So that was sweet.
Very sweet.
Very true. And you're spot on about our, how we also, normally what happens is that the audience figures it out and waits for the characters to figure things out. But here, I think we go through that journey with her,
Yeah,
and I
with
think
her.
that was also very beautifully shown.
Yeah.
Shakti, what about you? Your favorite heartwarming moments?
I'll add something to what you just said. That's the beauty of the show, that it justifies everyone. Like, whoever we think is dumb or smart or over smart or clumsy, everybody is justified. And that is a beauty. Like, every character is very like nicely treated. Otherwise, what happens is, with these kind of ensembles, like, you get your favorite 3 or 2 characters. In this show, what you get is like everyone is your favorite. That's the beauty. From the mothers to the fathers, like, everyone is nice and very sorted. So that is something very beautifully done in the show. My favorite heartwarming has to be when Taek loses that important match, and he's like very heartbroken, because for him losing is something not normal, right? And he comes home, and all the friends, like, one by one, they step into the house, and then they say stuff like, which makes him feel normal. Otherwise, everybody else are saying something else only, right? Like, how did he lose and all? But this guy, these friends, they are like making fun of him, like, and that's it. That's the moment when he feels like normal and he's okay, because these are the people he has grown up with, right? So that was heartwarming. The other one was where in the second last, no, I think second last episode, where Jung-hwan's mom is going through menopause, and she's can't sleep at night, and all those things are happening, and the son, both of them, they think of something, but the beauty of this particular episode is they mix so many things, like Dakson's dad retiring and not getting much of appreciation despite spending almost 30 years at a bank, right? And then the parents, they are also having some distance because of the menopausal reason, and Jung-hwan combining that with Dong's restaurant. So many, like, they connected it very beautiful, and everybody is present for that event. Just imagine how how good these writers are, that they
Yeah.
so many good elements, they just combined it and everybody is present there to witness it. So that whole marriage, what is it called, renewal of vows, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Yeah.
that was nice. Yeah, that was beautiful. So
Yeah.
actually the entire show is built with such scenes, but I could only think of two.
Yeah, we can do like a part 3, 4, 20
Yeah,
parts to this.
yeah,
We
seriously.
can do it for every episode actually. That's
Yeah,
the funniest and the most heartwarming
exactly. Yeah,
moments.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
totally.
Uh, yeah, man. Like, same like Shakti mentioned, right? Like this whole show, if you had to summarize, it's just heartwarming, in the most hilarious way. But it was very hard for me to pick my most favorite moments. But I'll just talk about 3 or 4 of them. I'll be very quick. So my first favorite moment was, I think, in the first episode itself, where they are all, sharing and exchanging food, because one of them gave, like, I can't remember which family gave which kid food first, but then they had to go and return the bowl. But khali bowl thodi na wapas de sakte hai. So they fill something back, and then they keep crossing each other's paths,
Yeah,
and then on the way they literally stop each other, and they're like, why can't we just eat together? I actually have a
together.
screenshot to share, because it was, oops, cannot multitask anymore. I'm getting old. Here, this scene where Jung-hwan is just like a
Yeah,
frustrated Jung-hwan goes, why can't we just
I
fucking
love
eat
that.
together?
That's his
No,
face.
just
That's
heart-
just him. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
his blank expression. So that scene was very cute and heartwarming. The other one I really want to, I love the relationship Doksana has with Jungwon's dad, where every time they meet, they're like, I
they
go
do
yeah,
that.
Doksana, I go Samsadam, and then they greet each other with that little dance thing they do. That is
yeah,
so cute between, your a friend and like your friend's father. Like it's just
Yeah,
so
like
nice.
neighbor. He's like neighbor uncle that you actually connect
Yeah,
yeah,
to. Like,
yeah,
neighbor uncle. I've never had that with anyone, and I find it super 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 cute the way they are with each other. They're like their energies just match.
yeah.
And so that's the second one. And oh yeah, the last one I want to talk about is the um the montage that happens where they show their relationship, like how all when they were kids, how they all met and why they have such a strong bond. Let me also share my screen for this one. It's this one. It's this scene. Super fucking
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, like there was a time, Taek was the last one that entered the group. They all were
Yeah.
in that wohi mohalle se the, and
Yeah.
Taek just entered, and there was this one time he injured his arm, so all of them come together and they are like, oh, today I'll hold your bag, today I'll hold your water bottle, and Doksona, as usual, today I'll hold you. So she carries him back, and they all go to school, and it's just, every time I watch that scene, even though I know what's going to happen, I cry. Like I cannot stop crying. I've cried so much in that scene. It's
I
too
just connected. I just realized, like, when you said, like, she actually uh, carried him to a
yeah,
certain, like, I realized, like, one of the later episodes when she breaks her leg, he
yeah,
carries her, no, across the
Oh,
beach.
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
So the
Piggyback
cycle
ride.
completes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, nice, nice.
So the thing is, you'll notice, guys, the more K dramas you'll watch, because this is your first one, piggyback rides is a very K drama thing. Like it's the biggest K drama cliche. Like in Bollywood shows, it's the puja thali falling thrice and the kya. So like piggyback rides are like that of
Very
K
normal.
dramas. Like
Okay.
every K drama, more like 90% of them will have the guy giving the girl a piggyback ride. It's a thing. So yeah,
It's cute.
look
Nice.
forward to that.
They're also light. They're also feather light, so I think it's very easy for them to do that
I
also.
Yeah,
know,
that's
Yeah.
true.
right?
That's
Still.
true.
Indian like scene not happening.
But when we were younger, at least in the Punjabi community, there's this thing called khand ki bori, where like kids do that, where they ask
Yeah.
their parents to make themselves khand ki bori, which is like a khand is like a powdered sugar, so a
Sugar.
sack full of powdered sugar, and so you know how
That's
you
cute.
take it on your back, so that way you take the child on your back. So I've done that in my childhood.
I cannot relate as a chubby kid. Yeah, Chef, what about you? What are your favorite
I just, so
heartwarming
that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for you to mention the food forwarding wala bit, because that's my funniest slash heartwarmingest moment as well. And it
Yeah.
also like reminds you of those times, right? Because I am from the north, so I know that this is something that used to happen, where if you don't have something, you'll ask the neighbor, the auntie in the neighborhood to sort of give you that, and then you'll give them something. And there used to be like something which was very basic, was khatta, which is the residue of curd that you use to make curd again, fresh
Ah,
curd.
dahi jamane ke
So
liye
you
dahi.
need that. So that used to be a thing where kids would be sent to a neighborhood auntie, beta khatta le aao wahan se. And so again, this was should have left this for the last segment, but okay.
Please.
But it is a very Indian thing also.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very common thing that happens
So,
in
Yeah.
neighborhoods.
so that was like one of my favorite moments as well. My heartwarming moments, the one that tops that list is the one which has this conversation with Doxana's dad and Taek, where Doxana's dad has just lost his mom, and Taek comes back from a match and he apologizes. I mean, he says that he basically says my condolences, and then they have a small chat, because he wants to drink and he wants a drinking buddy, and they get talking, and then he asks, when do you miss your mother the most? And then he's just quiet, and then he says very somberly, I miss her every single day. And I think that also. I mean, I can imagine that is how it would be. That's something. It also kind of hits you, because it's one of your biggest fears that is going to come true at some point, right? So I think that, and also because I kind of severed ties with a friend who was like, like a friend who's also like your I I don't know, but we severed ties because of principles a few years ago. And I remember another friend who asked me, do you miss him? And I told her, I miss him every day. And it's just one of those things where, there's one which is permanent loss, and then there's one where you decide that it will be permanent loss, even if the person is alive. So I think both those moments combine in this moment where he says, I miss her every single day. And therefore, I think that kind of, tops the list. I think the other smaller moments, because like Shakti said, right, there's like every episode has these heartwarming moments. It's like heart warmth on steroids, this particular show. The little things like Miran telling Jung-hwan that I would like you to talk to me about things. And then he says, I want sneakers. Can you get me sneakers? And that, that little things that are happening with them. Or when Sonwoo's mother is like, you're not telling me things, and he says, I cut myself while shaving, and then she feels so bad realizing that, I'm not, I won't be able to understand these things. Again, I think that, for the first time, I just realized my own brother also kind of grew up like that, and neither my mother nor I, we thought about who is going to, like, till date, I don't know. My brother is a huge ass, like, grown asshole now, but at the time when he was an angel, I don't know how he learned how to shave. And I think, some of those moments, it's one of those things, right? You kind of relate to some of those things, especially when they're personal. So that was really heartwarming for me. uh, uh, I think one of the other most heartwarming moments was Doxana's dad apologizing to her for their parenting, when she's like, because I'm the middle child, and I'm always the ignored
Yeah, I
child.
remember
And
The cake
it's
scene, yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah,
cake
yeah.
scene, when she's like,
Oh,
and you feel for her so much, even though I'm the elder child in my family. I think all of us have, or most of us have felt that the other child is more loved. But I don't think I can ever feel what a middle child feels. And yet that was very relatable when she said that everybody feels that they're not understood enough. And I have never seen a parent say sorry
yeah.
in real life. So I mean, I don't mean to say that parents are fuck all, and so they should be apologizing to us all the time. Parents, you are very nice. But it was just one of those things where you didn't expect it. I
Yeah.
genuinely did not expect a parent to say, I'm really sorry for my parenting, and we're really sorry for our parenting. We're still learning,
Fiction,
and
fiction.
yeah,
Hota
we'll
bhi
figure
hai.
it out. And I was just like, Like ऐसा भी होता है. So
नहीं
I
होता
guess.
ऐसा.
They reminded me of, yeah, I had actually one more scene that I had forgotten. It's Bora and father, when she leaves home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when she leaves home, like she actually just before that she buys gifts for everyone and all of that. But that relationship with her father is just so different than like the other kids have with him. I think it's because probably she's the older child and things like that. And when she's leaving, everyone's at home and they have this big meal and everything, but dad is still in the bank, like he's yet to come back home. So she says her goodbyes to everyone and she leaves in her car and she goes a short distance and dad is standing the corner of the sidewalk. He's just standing there waiting for her to pass by. So she stops and he gives her a bag of medicines, like for headache, for fever, for stomach ache or whatever. He just gives it, like that's the way they communicate with each other. Like at that moment, that's how he chose to do, to basically tell his child that take care of yourself and bye and all of that. And it's not like, what I loved about the scene is also it wasn't suddenly like, oh, daddy is here, so she kind of drops everything and hugs him, and then it's that kind of, it isn't, till the end it's not like that. It's just their relationship is going to be like that. And that's that little moment where they just had their moment without being expressive, like other maybe movies or TV shows, how they depict a father and daughter relationship. So here, and plus like he tells her, no, go, you drive off, like let me see you drive off.
Yeah.
And then she drives off and she sees him in the and she's breaking down. That, like, I found it to be like, probably, yeah, for me that was a top kind of scene. It's unbelievable for me. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And even in the end, I think when she leaves a letter for him after she gets married and he's
That
just reading it,
wedding
it's
and
just,
that whole thing is like,
Yeah.
it's a different thing. Yeah, like, oh.
Start
so
crying
yeah,
again.
environment has become really heavy. So we will just lighten it, or we will just spice it, spice it up, because a
Yes.
very contentious segment now. We have to choose teams, and we just like stick to why this team, and not get into explaining why we are not choosing the other team. Because I think they're both justified. Yeah, whoever. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
knows what we're going to talk about right now. So again, Pallavi, starting with you. Are you team Taek or are you team Jung-hwan?
Team type, of course. I think it's because one is, you just feel like, from the get go, he's this boy you want to protect. He's like how everyone feels, audience feels the same way. We all want to protect him. He's just this precious child. So
Yeah.
like the minute, I mean, he doesn't have like what they have. He doesn't have all those school memories. He doesn't have any of those things. All he does is like, and when you watch him in his game mode, and even after that, he's so tired. He's so, like, it drains him completely. That's his life. And when you see this little thing where he's falling in love with a girl, like his like childhood sweetheart type of a situation, I just couldn't help but like, I just had to root for him. Why? It's not that why I probably, I mean, I know we we didn't want to discuss it, but why I didn't kind of go the other direction, Jungwon, is mostly because he wasn't expressive enough for her. I think she needs also someone who would speak their mind, would kind of be expressive, and because that's her personality as well. Even though she's a little on the hyper mode and Taek is little subdued, but he still didn't leave a chance. He didn't leave that moment. Whenever he could, he went ahead and did that.
He
I was
sees
very
his
proud of
moment.
him. Yeah, so I was very proud of that, like my boy. So definitely him.
Chakte Fate.
Good
Shakti,
one.
what about you? Team Taek or Jungwon?
I had to go with Jung-hwan because you have to feel bad for him. Like, see, the thing about their relationship with Dokson is Taek developed it much later, at least according to the whatever we saw. Jung-hwan developed it much earlier. So he was in love with that girl for a long, long time. He was hiding it. He was very good at hiding it. Taek happened much later. Okay? So that for that reason, obviously, I'll have to root for him. And secondly, didn't get the girl.
How is that justified?
That is
I love
It's
justified because
I
it's
love
okay. I
both
wish we
both
had
his
another 10
sides.
minutes to see how it was justified, but right now we're just listening to why you're picking a certain team.
yeah, I have to pick him. He's poor loser in this game. And flying.
For me, okay, so my love life just depends on like my anthem. My love anthem movie is He's Just Not That Into You. Okay, I base all my opinions based on that movie. So if Jung-hwan really wanted her, he would
You
have
would have
made
made
her
it
movie.
happen.
He had more than like 5,000 chances to make a movie.
Exactly.
He did not take them. So I don't know if he truly wanted. Also, communication is super sexy. So take them like he took the chance every time he got a chance with her. He took it.
Yeah.
For someone who's that shy and timid, damn,
Exactly.
he
Yeah.
had agency, he had guts. So, bhai, bande ko dena padega. And also the whole opposites attract thing. Like they are just their energies are opposite poles apart. So I think that's super cute. So team take. Yeah.
So when I first
Tiebreaker.
started watching Reply 1988, I wanted it to be I was team Jung-hwan, and then me being me, I just read the synopsis because I couldn't wait to see who she was going to end up with. And when I realized that she was ending up with Taek, I just stopped watching the series. And I started standing Bogami much later when I watched Encounter, and I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? And then I went back because now I was okay with the ending of her ending up with Taek. And yet I am team Jung-hwan. That doesn't change for me because I think I think in their relationship, while Taek did have agency and he made the move, and he basically, if you like it, you put a ring on it or whatever that phrase is. I just feel that as somebody, if I were to put myself in Doxana's shoes, I would want somebody who does 50-50 and not 70-30. And I feel that in the relationship between Taek and Doxana, she always has to do 70%. And this guy does 30%, and that 30% is also celebrated, which is great. If it works for her, good for her. But if I were her, I would have really basically thrown a brick at Jung-hwan's head and told him, please fess up, tell me you love me, because I do. So that's me. Okay, now quickly, nostalgia. There was a lot of nostalgia that this series evoked in all of us. Pallavi, quickly tell us what's your nostalgia max moment from Reply 1988.
I think the whole the four boys and that one girl, that itself was like instantly connected with me because in 1988 I was a kid in
Damn, girl.
Bangalore in Indiranagar, not a teenager. I was still in middle school, I think. Yeah, and we had four boys and one girl, and we were that group, and
Damn.
it was like this, and we all did the whole exchanging things, food, and we did all of that. The crossing paths thing. Had that. We had so many moments. I think, but that mostly happened during festivals where we'd cross each other's paths because we're giving each other stuff from home. So for me, that part itself was like I was sucked in because of that. The year and everything, the jeans and those stonewashed jeans. Yeah, we did all that.
Very cute.
Wow.
Shakti, you?
Shakti?
But the food all a bit has to be there because I grew up in a Bombay chawl, right? So things were like that. Like you, basically everyday food is exchanged. So that, and the best part is it is in the first episode, so it pulls you in. So you're basically locked in. This is something you can relate to. And then that TV which is not working, so he's hitting the TV. So many elements are there. Like lovely stuff.
Getting whacked in the head and all by parents.
Yeah, again and again parents hitting you. Yeah. That also great.
Parents hitting you.
Yeah. We got belted, bad belted we got. So,
yeah. What about Shruti?
Yeah, for me, it's Bora and Doxana's sister fights. Oh my God. I am Doxana and my sister is Bora. I swear to God, if my sister is watching this, the way she beat me up growing up, nothing, like no reason, just her cheez mein jhagda karna hai, maarpeet karni hai. So I totally relate. Like that was like super nostalgic for me. And also the whole, Doxana stealing Bora's clothes, lipstick, the jacket.
Yeah, oh God.
Till now, like I'm scared to share a picture of me with my sister because she'll be like, "Are you wearing my earrings, bitch?" Where I've been looking for it all this time. So I keep stealing my sister's stuff till today, and it's just the best feeling ever. So that for me, super nostalgic. And the other thing I want to mention is, you remember when Doxana was, she has just two friends, which are like the two girlfriends, which are not the five group. And when they were playing, that games calculating percentage, who loves each other more. In our times, we played flames, exactly, yeah. So the moment I saw that, I was dying with nostalgia. That was super cute. So yeah, those are my moments. Chef, you.
Okay, so first of all, roofs, because for the last 10, almost 11 years now, I've been in Bombay, so I really miss chat. So, the whole concept of roofs, because I remember there was this one point where Taek had gone onto the roof to smoke and Jung-hwan caught him. And to me, I was like, forget this scene, chat, chat pe khade hain ye log. Which is something you don't get in Bombay in the apartment complexes. So that was nostalgia max for me. Second was the Ajumma sitting on that fatta outside of their house. It's very, I'm not sure about any other place, but North Indian upbringing. So that kind of is seeped into us. We grow up seeing that because at least from where I am in Haryana, in Kurukshetra, people actually, when they're constructing houses, they actually construct this thingy outside of their house so that women can sit there in the evening. So it's there almost outside every house, and that was very relatable for women to come out and chit chat with each other. Nostalgia max. And I think just the whole thing with neighbors, right? Like it was just like how you mentioned Doxana and Jung-hwan's dad, like the opposite of Dennis the Menace and Mr. Wilson and Dennis.
Yeah.
So I think I had that with one uncle as well. So not that way, but it was really nice.
Yeah.
So with that, we come to the end of this very nice episode, and I just wanted to sort of end it with this music if we will have the time.
We do. 1 minute.
Okay, here it goes.
Oh
Thank you
no.
guys for coming.
For
Thanks
me,
for
this
inviting
is
us.
that child montage scene. Like I just picture
Yeah.
the flashbacks. Yeah.
We'll have to watch it again.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. And we'll put all the links and everything in our bio and everything. So anyway, to end it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe below. And let us know if you guys want us to talk about some other show or if you have any other topic in mind. And if you want to be featured in our show, slide into our DMs. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, I had to do that, right? I forgot how to do
Yeah.
that. Like,